Hi, thanks for joining today. We're going to be chatting with Doug Sonnenberg of Realogics, Sotheby's, and West Bank, a developer of a new project called First Light, located downtown, kind of on the cusp of Belltown, downtown neighborhood, very walkable to the waterfront as well as South Lake Union. So location's great there. One of the most notable characteristics of the building is actually it has a cantilevered pool up on the rooftop. It's going to be amazing and gorgeous, and they have a lot of other unique amenities too. So it's rounding a corner, and it looks like they're completing in late 2024. So let's get an update from Doug on where they're at, and then an overall just kind of summary for those who are not familiar. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and hope everyone is doing well. Thanks, Doug, for our meeting today. It's really exciting to see you on the project. Again, just because you're such a familiar face and you've been kind of bopping around to different projects. So for you to kind of take this on was like, oh, Doug's there. Yeah.
I mean, it's such a great property to be part of and to be working alongside West Bank again. Just such an incredible brand, internationally recognized as, like a Four Seasons type brand. So it's fun to be part of. It's especially fun seeing the construction progress, because when we launched this a few years ago, you kind of go off the renderings and the vision, and now to see it come to fruition, it just it's very exciting for me. So yeah, working on it again.
Yep, and I've been also in the neighborhood just watching it and go up, and it's kind of amazing now where you're kind of seeing the visualization of the pool, cantilevering over, and you're just, every day there's so much progress being made. So it's really exciting to see also from just being in the neighborhood too.
Yeah.
Sweet. So why don't, for those of you out there that don't know about First Light, new construction project downtown, I'll let you kind of take it away from here in terms of kind of giving the background and maybe a little bit of background about West Bank as well.
Sure. Yeah. So West Bank is they're a developer based out of Vancouver. And if you've been to Vancouver, they're responsible for just the most incredible buildings up there. Every building tells a story. They do such a great job of integrating art with architecture. So each building takes on a different personality. And obviously for First Light, one of the things they really wanted to emphasize is light, and how important it is to the Pacific Northwest. So they really created a building that is simply concrete and glass, and then incorporates a lot of what's unique to the Pacific Northwest, like a lot of the green space throughout the building, the local glass artist who we brought in, John Hogan, to create glass pieces, which is also, quintessential Seattle. So it's fun. It's an exciting project to be part of. We've had incredible success in terms of sales. We've pre-sold over 70% of the building, which is pretty incredible when you think about how many homes are in this building. There's a total of 459 homes. So that means just over 320 homes are under contract, which I believe is more than any building that has been delivered or is currently under construction between Bellevue and Seattle in the last 10 years. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of anticipation, excitement for First Light to complete. It's been a minute since we've been under construction, with the holdup of a pandemic and concrete strikes, but we're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So it's really exciting to see. You can see First Light there in the background. Some of the amenity spaces, well, the first level here is the podium level here consists of 7 stories, the first level being retail. The 6 stories above are office space. And then you can see the glass discs hanging over the exterior of the office portion of the building. Those are the discs that were created by John Hogan, which create this veil surrounding that podium level where the light will reflect and absorb off these discs and almost give off like a wave type of impression as you walk by. So you can see how the discs are staggered there. So pretty neat part of the building that gives it some life. It'll add some sparkle to it too. The amenity space for the commercial portion of the building is on this 7th floor. So there's an outdoor terrace just exclusive for the office tenants. They have their own separate entrance off of 3rd Avenue, while the lobby for the residential part of the building will be off of Virginia Street. So elevators, entrances, parking garages, everything will be totally separate from each other. So the residences start there on the 8th floor. You can see the very top of the building. The top three floors, floors 46, 47, and 48 are dedicated entirely to the amenity spaces. Now this to me is what makes this building so special, because you could own any home in the building, regardless what floor it is, and still have that penthouse-like experience when you get up to these levels, because you'll spend time in the gym. It's the entire 46th floor, wraps all the way around. The 47th floor is where we have our residence lounge, and then obviously the cantilever outdoor pool there, which is 25 meters in length. And it's hard to grasp how long that is, but it's the size of a pool that you'd find at a gym or a health club. And then you add on 3 meters to each side of it where the jacuzzis are located. So altogether, it's just going to be this spectacular view of the Puget Sound. This is that gym level on the 46th floor. You've got the Space Needle to the north, the Olympics in the background. You can see the glass discs carry over into these amenity spaces throughout the building. But just a breathtaking view. I mean, very similar to what you'd find at like the Marina Bay Sands Casino Hotel in Singapore, that iconic infinity pool looking over the city. And I've been up here, and it is breathtaking. I mean, you tower over all of the buildings nearby, and your views just go forever. So it's really impressive. This is our residence lounge there on the 47th floor, just adjacent to the outdoor pool there. This will all be furnished by B&B Italia throughout all of the amenity spaces. You have your sunken living room here on that same 47th floor. And then up top is the 48th floor rooftop garden. So this will be exposed to the open air. It'll have some pieces of glass art that John Hogan will provide. And this is just a great shot of seeing the building there with the Space Needle off in the horizon. You can see how that pool cantilevers over the edge. And it's pretty amazing when you're down on that sidewalk and looking up to see a pool hanging over you.
Yeah, it really
just
is impressive.
Behind it is incredible. So continuing on to amenities, we have our bike lounge here below the lobby level. You can see in the back of the lobby, you have that window floor looking down into the bike lounge, and then the bike lounge down below will have street access level. So we'll keep BMW electric bikes there for residents to be able to use. You can store your own bikes in that bike lounge, but this would be that entrance off of Virginia Street here. You can see the signature Fazioli piano there, which Westbank uses in all of their projects. It will be designed by John Hogan, the glass artist. This isn't the final version of it, so it's still in the works, but there will be someone playing that piano as you walk in and as you enter into your home. So it just gives this kind of restart type feeling as you enter the home, just a very soft feel, which is what they wanted to create. You can kind of escape the real world and just enter your home. This here is one of my favorite renderings. It shows you just how spectacular these 2-bedroom corner floor plans are, with the floor-to-ceiling glass windows, the balconies that wrap all the way around. What's interesting about those windows in the corner there is that they're actually sliders that slide away from each other. So they give you a free-floating extension of your living room to your outdoor space. This is a better rendering where you can see it. But each home comes with about 400 to 500 square feet of outdoor space. And it really becomes livable because you have access from your bedrooms, your living room, to these balconies. And even the smaller 1-bedroom studio homes will have large balconies. So that's another amenity that really separates this building from most that you would find here in the Pacific Northwest. And then just continuing on here, I wanted to share this floor plan so you can see the squareness of it. Just very efficient layouts, good use of space. Every square footage in these homes are livable and usable. So it really makes like a 1,000 or an 1,100 square foot floor plan live and feel a little bit more like 1,300 square feet because of its efficiencies. And then you can see there where the sliders at the corner slide away from each other. And then you have another slider in that living room that slides open just to create a lot of outdoor, indoor extension. So just another 2-bedroom corner here, sub penthouse floor plan. You can see the relationship between the floor to ceiling glass windows and balconies here, and just very clean lines throughout. It has this minimalist, almost mid-century modern type feel to it. There's an example of what a bedroom would look like. This is our urban 1-bedroom layout. And then the penthouse. So yeah, you can see it's a stunning building. It's something where a lot of people have been anticipating for, and we're excited to deliver it.
Can you talk a little bit about the level of finish too? Just like what type of appliances and, you know, all that, the specs.
Yeah, of course. So another collaboration that West Bank has is with Miele. So they provide all of the appliances throughout the kitchen, washers and dryers. All of the floors are hardwood throughout, so there's no carpeted areas. We use a white oak engineered hardwood flooring. The window wall is triple glazed, so as good as it gets in terms of insulation, noise reduction. Other collaborations that we have are with Kohler. We use all matte black fixtures throughout the home, floating toilets. We have sinter stone countertops, which are compressed at a higher temperature than just like a traditional Caesar stone. So very durable, stain resistant, scratch resistant. And then we also collaborated with B&B Italia to furnish the cabinetry throughout. So, oh, and then I should mention that all privacy shades are included. And then we also include blackout shades in the bedrooms. So they've really taken like every upgrade that you could find in a building and incorporated it into each home, where all the homes become uniform, you know, that's so consistent throughout, but at a level of finish that's just higher than what you would typically find in a condo tower like this.
I guess, what is the parking situation and storage?
Yeah, so our parking ratio is actually pretty healthy. We have 2 stalls for every 3 homes. And at this point, we can actually sell a parking stall to any condo buyer. So we can make those available, which has become a huge amenity in downtown Seattle. Obviously, parking is very scarce. There's 6 levels of parking garage below ground. So yeah, we can absolutely provide that.
Wonderful. And is there storage units as well?
There are, yeah, storage units can be available for purchase. You have a limited amount of storage units, but we can definitely sell them.
Gotcha. Okay. And then as far as the construction state right now, I know that we did a walk through a hard hat tour, and you're offering that to groups. What is the state of construction and completion of the entire project?
Yeah. Great question. We are doing hard hat tours, and you know, you've been on it. It's coming along really nicely. They're starting from floors 8 and going up the tower in terms of finishing out the homes. So it's still pretty raw. I believe they've completed the 8th through the 12th floors. And it's my understanding that they do about a floor a week. So we're just less than a year away from completion. But yeah, everything's coming along really well. We can do hard hat tours on Thursdays and Fridays. And it's a great way to really understand the level of finish and quality of this building, because, you know, it's one thing to look at the renderings, but to be able to touch and feel and see the views, it just tells a completely different story.
Yep. And those windows are just so, I mean, they make the space feel larger, and it just kind of, I mean, there's natural light no matter where you're at on any side of the building. It just is the sliders and the wall-to-wall windows just make the place, I think.
Yeah, they really do. And after being in the building, it's pretty amazing to see how awesome the east views are, the city view. So, and what's been interesting to see is how the building has sold in a really balanced way. There's not like one floor plan that's greater than the others, or one corner or side of the building that's greater than the others. Each home has its advantages, and so it's been a really balanced selling effort for sure.
Yeah, that's great. As far as the reservation process goes, do you want to talk about that? What's requested now?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so at this point, because we are less than a year away from completion, it would just be a 5% earnest money deposit upon going under contract. In the past, I know we did 5%, and then 18 months later, it was an additional 5%. But at this point, it's just 5%. And then after that, you basically just hang tight until the building's completed, and then you would close on your home. So it's pretty simple offer process, registration process, and then going under contract, obviously. So we can make that pretty streamlined.
Right.
I will say, though, that we are getting down to the last 130 homes. So in terms of like your selection, we still have a great selection to choose from in each floor plan type. But it's one of those things where, like, just to give you an example, our corner 2-bedroom floor plans, I believe we only have about 26 left to sell. Then after that, that's it. So it's amazing when you think about this pre-sale process, because Seattle traditionally isn't a community that can take that leap without actually seeing the finished product. But this building has really resonated with so many people to where you want to get in now before it's too late. So, it does create a little bit of urgency, just knowing that we're down to our final 25-30% of homes.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, and like you said earlier, a lot of the newer construction buildings, and also Seattle generally feels like the buyers want to see and touch and feel the product before they commit to it. And so I think it's a testament to really West Bank's following in other markets who are wanting to invest or know that they want to be in the building. So I think that that's also given West Bank and the project kind of an edge over the others, other than just being I think a unique product in general to our market.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right about their other projects and their following. So many people have bought into this building who have bought West Bank buildings in the past, which is a testament to how satisfied they are with the overall quality of the buildings and the brand of West Bank in general. I bought a home at First Light, so I can I have a little unique perspective. When I delve into the building and go up to Vancouver, for example, and see some of their finished product, it really is, it's next level. And you'll see here over the next year or so, West Bank will deliver 2 other buildings, one up on First Hill called Museum House, in a collaboration with the Fry Museum there. They're 2 apartment towers that look like they're kind of drifting away from each other, held together by a sky bridge. So just really unique architecture with that building. And then the other building, I guess the other pair of buildings is an apartment tower on Denny, 2100 and Denny. Those should be delivered this next year as well. So a lot of exciting things coming down the line. I know in terms of construction, there hasn't been a lot over the last few years, and where we're at today, it doesn't look like there's many more planned or under construction in the future. So if you want new construction products, I mean, First Light will be the newest thing that hits Seattle probably for a few years.
Yeah, a few years after that, I think, because really anything that'd be delivered in 2025 or 6 should be up out of the ground at this point.
Exactly.
So it'll be probably, like you said, a few years, 3 to 4, maybe even 5, before we see kind of a new wave. So if you're looking for that new product, First Light is it. And also delivers, not that it delivers on all aspects of quality and the uniqueness of the amenities and location too. I appreciate that corridor location, because you're close to the waterfront, very close to the market, close to downtown, close to South Lake Union. It's really just kind of sits there in the heart of, and also Belltown to the north too. It's just such an easy location to kind of get in and out of. So it's a good one.
Yeah, it really is. And with the waterfront, nearing completion, I think that's going to add a whole new layer of activity to that neighborhood there. Light rail, the West Lake Station is a block away. So it really is at that crossroads of each neighborhood of downtown Seattle. So yeah, I love the location there.
Yeah, awesome. Sweet. Well, I think I hit everything that I wanted to talk about today. Just kind of wanted to do a general quick chat with you. It is exciting to be able to do the hard hat tours. So if you are out there and interested in doing it, I strongly suggest it, because you'll get a better feel for the quality of finishes and the views even on the 8th floor and up. You get some really, really intimate, very cool city views, like I said, on all sides of the building. Even you commented on the east side. I think that was actually one of my favorites when we were touring, is because you don't see the city from that angle. And actually you see the Amazon campus dome there, and you see it, it just has a lot of different layer elements to it that makes it really pretty. So those are special side of the building, I think, is the east side as well. Sweet. All right. Well, thanks, Doug.
All right, thank you. Yeah, it's great. I know it's been a few years since we've done this update. So yeah, it's fun to see it all come together.
Yep, definitely. And we'll post your contact information, and if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out.
All right. Thanks, Ashley.
All right. We'll talk to you later.